inside the train, and be sure to watch your kids. If any of you folks are wearing hats or glasses, best remove them, cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Everybody. Alrighty, we are loud and clear on both sides. Everything is working, but our guest's bowel systems are running a little late, but we will get moving. He is in the bathroom car, so he'll be going on. Well, welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome aboard to this wild ride here on another American Rail Club lounge stream. We're gonna take it nice and easy today, especially since last week we had a wonderful stream last week. By the way, thank you again, Alistar, for joining us on board with us here. It was a very interesting conversation, and yeah, this is the type of conversations that we need to start having with our generations here, particularly us younger folks over here. At this point, I mean, you can mix in millennials and Zoomers. We're Zillennials at this point. I mean, I'm kind of on the younger end, and so is most people that I know. So yeah, we're all on the same train here. Where that train is going, who knows? But anyway, all right, we'll just keep on going over here. We got 7 people on in here. Liz Fiend and Bucer into our game. Welcome aboard. Is Minor Trees, Star Force 97, and Adam Everywhere is also on Discord. And we'll give people time. I know it's 8:30. It's a little bit later than we usually do, but we had a cookout. We had a cookout because guests came over from down south to come join us here at my place. So I had to have a cookout. I had to cook some burgers on the grill. You know, all this news going on. I just want a grill, man. So there we go. We have the grill going. Apparently, Japan is beating Sweden at Poverty Ball, 1-0. So hopefully that goes out. And then America will be going against Turkey. It is. I'm not going to call it Turkey. I'm sorry for those of you who are Turks, and I'm sorry. It's the same thing with. I'm not going to call it Bahrat. I mean, look, speaking of Japan, they're fine with being called Japan, even though it's the wrong name. It's Nihon or Nippon, but they call themselves. They're fine with Japan. They'll go and cheer. Yeah, Japan. Yeah, they'll cheer it too. So I mean, you got the name that you got. Sorry, that's just what it is. Alrighty, folks. So I'm going to go over a couple articles over here and then go over a couple things once our guest comes back in at some point. The burgers must have been very good. But anyway, alrighty. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Japan, I'll leave this article over here about New York because we'll talk about New York because I know some people want to know my thoughts on what happened in New York this week. Oh, wait, here comes our guest. Come on in. Guess who it is? It's Darius!
Hey!
There we go. That's why it's called Brother's Keeper, if you guys didn't understand. So there you go. It's my brother, Darius. Welcome aboard, man. How's it going? All right, let's move.
Just came here from.
There you are. Hey, alrighty. There you go. Let's hold on. Wait. We need
Can the camera see us all?
There we go. Welcome aboard, man. Yeah, we can see it. Don't move the camera. I have a very delicate system. Alrighty. You want to wear a cap?
Mm-hmm.
You got your cap there. You got your cap. Everybody's got to wear. There we are. Everybody's got to wear some sort of hat over here. Come on. Alright. Okay. So there we go. Alright. Wear your hat. Come on in, man. Come on. Alrighty. By the way, how's the traffic in Miami?
Surprisingly, it wasn't bad everywhere.
Not everywhere, but it's bad in more places than some.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
but hopefully, luckily, they still have the contraflow traffic lights.
Yeah.
On Isdairy Road because that really helped.
Let's see how long this is. So speaking of Japan, since Japan is hopefully is Japan still beating Africa? I'm sorry, Sweden is Swedistan. Are they beating Swedistan? Let's see what the score is. Let me see. Japan versus Sweden. It only took them 500 years. No, it's actually tied right now. They just tied the Swedes. The Swedes have just tied it. That's a very, I don't know if that's anyway. I can't tell anymore if that's a Swede or not. But anyway, all right. Speaking of Japan, this is what happens when you have nice stuff. When you can build nice stuff in your country. And this would have been something that would have been nice if we had when we went to Japan. almost 10 years ago. Not actually, it will be 9 years come August. Man, how time has flown. The buddies and I, and probably have to take wife and the little guy as well to Japan at some point. But that's definitely something we got to do. But yeah, look, Japan launches the first overnight Shinkansen bullet train between Tokyo and Osaka this summer. That's something that they usually have never ever had. This is something they do have a night train, and we were gonna take the night train when we were there, but it was completely sold out. And we said, you know what? We'll just take the last Shinkansen back. It said it was gonna arrive in Tokyo at 11:57, and it arrived at Tokyo at exactly 11:57. I mean, it's an incredible system. But yeah, they're having the.
It doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Tokyo to Osaka.
Well, I mean, you don't even need to go that fast. A special service called the Tokaido Lumiere Express is scheduled to depart Tokyo Station at 10 p.m.
Well, why do they need a super fast train on hogging up and clogging up on a Shinkansen rail?
Well, because they're not using it, so all the Shinkansens stop at a certain point in time. Like the last train that you can get out of Osaka is like around like the one over to Tokyo is around like 10 o'clock or 8, 9, 10 o'clock, something like that, and arrives there at 11. But yeah, so they're going at a slower speed, I guess, to also accommodate for the maintenance that they do nightly. Scheduled to depart Tokyo at 10 p.m. on August 8th. Expected to arrive at Shin Osaka Station at 6:59 the following morning. This will be the first time an overnight service has trailed on this major transport route. That's pretty cool. According to JR Central, the aim is to meet growing demand for travelers who want to save on hotel costs and make better use of their time at the destination by traveling overnight rather than during the day. So there you go. And it's only prices $92.85 for a standard seat, which is incredibly better prices than what you have in Amtrak. But look, this is what happens when you can build a system where you have millions upon millions of people using this every year. 10 billion people have used this since it's come out in 1964. So yeah, if you can be able to, build this, have the amount of supply, you can bring down the costs. Pretty simply, it's the same thing.
So definitely agreement with that.
Yeah, like in Spain, they have trains. You can take from Madrid to Barcelona. And what's up?
I just wanted. Good show, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's the other guest. There's Dad.
I'm his boomer father washing dishes in his house and drying them. So have a good one, guys.
Oh, okay, good.
I like it.
There we are. I know. Okay, there we go.
Let's lock the door.
Let's keep them out. The boomer free zone. Anyway, we'll talk about them a little bit here, but there we go. He wanted to come, and again. Not all. We have to keep bringing in the meme. What's the? Here we are. Hold on. Because for some reason this is the only group of all millennials know that all millennials are not schizo colored haired freaks, and all Zoomers know that all Zoomers are people who can't spell with broccoli hair. But here we go. For the boomers out there, please. There you go. Consult the graph. There you go. Consult the graph. If you can understand per capita, that would help. Okay. Interesting news. I'm gonna go quickly to the news, and then we're just gonna talk at some things, and then I know you guys have articles and stuff to talk about. And Minor Tree has a cool poll project that he would also like to share on the club, because we want to make this a club. And club requires input from everybody. So I'm going to be giving out some more roles out to people so we can just make this more of a club and keep this going, because, I think we're going in the right direction. So, anyway. Speaking of, it will be, let's reset the counter over here, because we've mentioned the, hold on. Where's the button over here? Where is the button? Here we are.
The N-word. You know what the N-word is? It's, no. It's the nuclear word. He mentioned the N-word yet.
There we are. So Constellation Energy. This is surprising. So for all of us, we all love Walmart over here, don't we, folks? Yep. Oh no, we're not-
Europeans are amazed at Walmart.
Well, we'll talk about the Europeans later. But anyway, Walmart is so that's the only time now they can get nuclear energy. Is when Walmart moves their big bags to get nuclear energy. Constellation Energy supply nuclear power to Walmart facility in 15-year deal. So yeah, Walmart will buy 176 megawatts of electricity, including 30 megawatts of additional output from planned upgrades under two 15-year contracts starting in 2029 and 2030. Oh, look how quickly they move. Look how quickly they move. When Walmart needs nuclear energy, they move at the speed of light to go ahead and get them nuclear energy. But I mean, what's funny over here is that they're still building another plant. It's taking them a while. The deal would support investment in efficiency upgrades or uprates at the Dresden Clean Energy Center, allowing the plant to increase output without building new generation capacity. So it's funny that that's happened. And I know we talked a good amount last stream about data centers and then the capacity for electricity. Because, again, yeah, if you want to have Shinkansens, you want to have beautiful bullet trains, it just, well, a working infrastructure system, that would be nice, right? A working infrastructure system would be nice. And the way to power that infrastructure system would be, well, through nuclear energy is probably the best way to do it. Now, the thing is that they're building all these data centers. They're using a whole bunch of diesel generators to the point that some of these, it was like, I think in Virginia. Yeah, it was in Virginia, around the DC Beltway. They built this data center. There's this constant hum coming out of it because it's the generators going. They lied to the people who live there, saying it's like, oh yeah, it's just temporary. The noise is going to go away. The noise has never gone away. Everybody's having headaches. Of course, a certain group of individuals will play their song. Hold on. Wait, where was the other song? Wasting away. They're complaining that the prices. How about the living? The living is going to go. The state of living is going to go down. Okay, so I mean the prices. I'm not going to go through the video, but funny things have been happening in the data center and electricity field. I mentioned this before. Where it's getting
that's one thing we could with all those boomers.
Okay, but it's getting kind of heated here in Indianapolis.
This is wow. Strange that we found a common ground with those boomer Ritavilles.
But here's the thing. Indianapolis councilman says shots fired at his house and a no data centers note left on his footstep. Hold on, Waity.
Luigi, no!
This is gonna be happening more and more often. I keep telling you, it's the thing. If there's something, and again, we have to keep. I'm not going to bring up the disclaimer anymore. I have to keep bringing up the disclaimer. If there's something about that generation, is the addiction to comfort, and then when people do, you can say uncomfortable things, they start to lose it. Now, the funny thing is that the guy who was shot, I believe this was not a boomer. But this was, I believe, a Gen X or an older millennial councilman or whatever, because he has a son. Look, it's, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that this happened to you, but I mean, how many people came in at these rallies and said no, they don't want it? Gas prices continue to climb. Thanks. Hold on. Let's see.
At his house yesterday morning.
I wonder if they'll show the
says a handwritten
note. No data centers.
Isn't it starting to fall?
What?
The gas prices?
I mean, yeah, they're starting to fall, but let's say, let's see how long they fall for. Especially since this is the 39th peace deal so far. 39.
And not to mention all those mines. The mines do not follow any peace deals.
Yeah.
They just float around. They just go with the currents.
Yeah,
until they hit a ship.
But let's stick to this here. Let's stick to this. And again, people would not be getting to this point, and it's funny because they don't show what the council meetings look like. Like again, like I've told you guys, and Darius, you've been to a whole bunch of council meetings. It's usually what? There's usually no people there, right?
Right.
It's empty. But whenever there's something contentious like this, where people show up, and they're all in agreement that they say no, they don't want it. And then the politicians say, oh wow, we all voted unanimously, and the count is in, and we all voting to get the data center in. Well, then what? At what point does democracy really work? Get it? Then again, it's a little book by Hans Hermann Hoppe, "Democracy: The God That Failed." That I keep telling you to read it. But anyway, yeah, this is a thing. If you keep voting against the wishes of the people, sorry. I mean, wait, where's the? Hold on. It's just gonna keep happening. So. Oh well. Anyway, but yeah, it's
There is no political solution.
Alrighty, and then speaking of oh goodness gracious, why is everybody knocking on the door? No. Good.
It's your wife. Please let me speak.
Okay, what's going on? Hold on a second.
How do we pause this?
Alright, we're back. Okay. This has been fun in the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's talk about this. Let's get to moving here. Alright.
Irony, who's the one that's not in that house every day?
Anyway, alrighty. Okay, New York MTA turns down Amtrak offer to join Penn Station remodeling effort. I mean, this is going to be the last article, guys, that we're going to talk about, and then have a little discussion, and then we're going to bring everybody in here. Okay, so, yeah. There we go. Let's see if there's anything on YouTube. There we go. Also went to Steamtown on Father's Day. Awesome trains ride. Big boys in town. Took plenty of pictures. That's awesome, Adam. That is awesome. That is great. I mean, the whole big boy thing. I really love this. What's going on with this? That is pretty fun. Alrighty, so let's talk about New York over here, because New York MTA turns down Amtrak offer to join Penn Station remodeling effort, which is a little strange because Amtrak is on the effort for the DC station. So, and they were promised. I mean, there they are, right there. So they were promised to be on there. So what's going on over here? But the MTA has turned down an invitation from Amtrak to become a part. Oh, I'm sorry. The MTA has turned down an invitation from Amtrak to become a partner in the redevelopment of Penn Station. I'm sorry. Okay, I read this completely wrong.
Mixed view
MTA
on this.
turns down Amtrak offer. They have this wrong. It's be MTA turns down offer from Amtrak. That would be better. But anyway, but here we go. I was getting confused there. I'm like, wait a second. I thought Amtrak was on this committee, but anyway, that's why I was saying it was weird. All right. So the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, also otherwise known as the MTA, otherwise known as the people who run the subway, has turned down an invitation from Amtrak to become a partner in the redevelopment of Penn Station, with MTA CEO Janno Lieber offering pointed criticism of the project under the leadership of Amtrak and the federal government. The news site Gothamist reports it has obtained Lieber's response to the offer from Amtrak Special Advisor Andy Byford. In that letter, Lieber wrote that the federal government's involvement to date has, quote, the appearance of impropriety, the news site says, and noted that the project still has no official cost estimate or funding source. Recent announcements have cited an estimate of $7 billion or $8 billion for the project. That figure dates from an appearance by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy at a May 19th congressional hearing. All right. So it looks like the MTA, I think, this looks like it's out of politics. Mm-hmm. Which, again, New York now.
It's kind of mixed up about this. It would have been another 10, knowing the political environment and the economic environment and the gerrymandering environment in there, it would have taken another, 25 years just to make that remodeling.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because not having the MTA involved, I mean, look at how long it took the MTA to do the Second Avenue subway for the Q extension. I mean, it's still to this day the most expensive infrastructure project in the history of modern history. So I mean, it's kind of crazy that There we go. Let me see. I think you guys were seeing a little bit of red. I have my night light on for the laptop here, so let me turn that off. There we go. So now it's a little bit lighter. There we go. But yeah, let's see. Gothamist also reports Lieber asked if close ties between the Trump administration and executive construction firm Halmer influenced the course of the procurement. Halmer is part of the Penn Transformation Partners joint venture, selected as the station's master developer. Yeah, which is kind of what happened. So Lieber made it clear that the MTA would be involved in the process without becoming a partner, as he wrote that the Long Island Railroad has a prepaid lease running for another 160 years through 2186 that gives us approval rights of any construction within or affecting the northern half of the station. So let's guess this: will the LIRR still be using the same trains in 2186? They probably will, knowing how I mean, it's kind of funny. And here's the thing, I mean, like, so New York just voted in 3 different socialists right now that Fox News is kvetching about. But it's like, yeah, I mean, this is what happens. Well, look, the GOP is going to lose this midterm. It's kind of what happens every single time. This is the pattern that happens after a presidential election. Usually the midterms, it goes the other way.
And before that, it's a trifecta.
Yeah. So you have that. You have that. The younger people are upset that MAGA is kind of MAGA has turned into MAGA-lite trademark, and that trademark is owned by hold on.
Except for a certain group of people.
So the problem is that MAGA has basically been hijacked. Nobody wants to die for hold on.
Except for a certain group of people.
In a certain place, in a certain region across the world, because you can say a whole bunch of things on YouTube. If you mention that single group, you get kicked off of YouTube. Funny, but they don't run anything. But anyway, the point is, they're upset. So they're burning it down. And the thing is, like, yeah, the GOP would have wanted. Look, very simple. The very simple thing. If you say, hey, we're gonna rebuild the country. For all you ladies out there, don't worry. Your boyfriend or your husband, we're gonna be paying him a lot more, and you won't even have to work. We're gonna kick out like 100 million people out of here, so you can be able to afford a home. And guess what? The banks are gonna pay for what they did in 2008. They're gonna pay for those student loans, because it's really the banks. It's the banks and the schools are the ones that should be paying back.
Collusion.
None of our, yeah, exactly. The banks colluded on it. So if the GOP were to do that, if they were really serious, they would do that, and they would be voted in forever. It would be a one-party system forever, but they won't. They won't. And the Democrats are going to go ahead and run with this. And here's the thing. New York, demographics are destiny. So, I mean, Trump had 10 years. Well, let's give it 9 years since he got in 2017, right? 9 years to clean house, to really, we're going to drain the swamp. And hold on, wait a second. Remember that Trump wall? Hold on, wait, where was that Trump? Hold on. Trump maglev wall. Remember this? Remember this? Hold on a second. Wait a second. Okay. So let me see if I can find this, because this was a real thing. Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. So guys, if you guys remember back in the 2016 election, there was a render within the Trump candidacy at that point of a wall across on the Mexican border, but on top of the wall was a Japanese maglev. Let's see. You know what? I think. Hold on. You know what? At this point, Google is being pretty terrible. Hold on. So I'm gonna have to go through one of my old videos. Do you remember this, Darius? Mm-hmm. Okay, you have the wrong train. It's the maglev. If you want to showcase something, hold on. Trump train wall. Hold on. I'm pretty sure if we find it, there we go. There we are. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
300 miles an hour.
Thank you, me. All right, hold on. So let's see if I can bring up the picture. If you guys remember this. Okay, there we go. If the Trump administration had actually built this. Hold on. There we go. There we go. This was a literal render within the Trump administration. This was something. Here we go. Remember this? There you go, guys. All right. So, this was literally a thing that Trump had in the administration, okay? It would be a whole entire border wall. A whole entire border wall. And it would have a high-speed train, a high-speed network. Look at high-speed network right there. Okay? This was literally a thing that they were planning. And for no reason whatsoever, we didn't build it. Didn't build it. This is something that... Could we have built this? Mm-hmm. We could have built this. We could have built this. The Japanese would have loved it. It was like, oh, yes. Yes, we will build it for you. They would have built it. They would have built it. Speaking of, let me see. What's the score right now? What's the score? All right, it's still 1-1. Okay, well, they got to draw Sweden, Tunisia at this point. What difference at this point does it make? But they'll be gone. So let's see, another 5,000 years before somebody gets another goal. And look, I'm talking as the guy who was a soccer let's put it this way. I tried to get into soccer. I tried. I really gave
Soccer is actually football. It's the real football.
No, it's not. No,
soccer is a real football.
We're gonna deport you. We're deporting you.
The ball goes on your.
No. We're making a poll. Okay, should Darius be deported for calling soccer football? We only have one football in this country, and it ain't poverty ball. It ain't poverty ball. We're gonna deport you. You're gonna be. You see this wall? You see this wall? You're gonna be on this side. They call it football over there. You want to call it football? You can call it football over there. Hey, at least they use sugar in their Coca-Cola.
America doesn't. The American football.
We ain't playing no poverty ball here, boy. We ain't
It's more like kickball. It's more like
okay.
handball.
So you can
handball.
hold on. So
more
you
like
can
handball.
You can go right down there where they call it football. But anyway, point is, speaking of New York, 10 years later, the demographics have gotten worse in New York. And look, every other demographic at this point, every group of people coming in votes Democrat. I mean, what the only group of people from anywhere that apart from maybe Europe that votes Republican are Cubans, and the only state that they live in is Florida. Sorry, you're not moving enough Cubanos into New York to change any sort of demographics. You got the Puerto Ricans, you got the Dominicans, and we got some Dominicans here. We got some very nice Dominicans. I love the Dominicans. They're very nice people. I love them here.
And the
Right line fan of Genesis. He's a great, wonderful person. We love him here. Okay, but you brought everybody over there into New York. Okay, then they go out. Sorry, that's just the fact.
along the border.
They all vote what? What do they vote, Darius? Did they vote Republican or Democrat?
Democrat.
Exactly. So that is your election to lose, buddy. That is your election to lose, buddy. You didn't do anything like that. Look, you could have done that. You could have been really actually doing the deportations, plus building stuff here in this country, which we're so far behind. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball on everything. Remember in 2017 he had like the 50 infrastructure projects. What is it? Let's look at that. Trump infrastructure top 50. Let me see if I can find that. 2017. Or do I have to go to my own video archives? Here we are. There we are. Top 50 Trump infrastructure projects named. There we go. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Let me see. Where can we go actually get the hold on a second. At least we found that. Let me see if we can find the actual list. Here we are. Let's see if we can find the actual. And number one was actually for New York. Let me see. Let's see if they still have it. By the way, guys, dead internet theory is a real thing because I'm finding articles that I used to have. They're disappearing. Like there's articles disappearing here and there. I would have to go to another article embedded. Here we go. Yeah. Look. You completely fucked up. There we go. Priority list, emergency and national security program. President-elect Trump. Let me hold on a second. Here we are. Goodness gracious. All right, here. Let's put this in full screen. For some reason this doesn't want to work. Here we go. Full screen and cam. All righty. There we go. Okay, yeah, emergency and national security projects. There we are. 137 billion. Look, I don't care if it's $5 trillion. I don't care if it's $5 trillion. By the way, did you hear they're making another Austin Powers? So I mean, I love it. I love the series. I mean, it's like 20 years too late, but I'll take it. At this point, we'll take whatever slot.
I never knew.
Look what number one is. Look what number one. What is that?
gateway program.
You could have won New York, buddy. If you could have built it, you would have built it. $12 billion back then in 2017. If you could have built it, that was number one on the Trump program. They dropped the ball. They dropped it. Completely dropped it. Why? Because, well, they had to go ahead. They had to go and have an adventure for...
Except for a certain group of people.
There you go. So there you go. Let's see. The Brent Spence Bridge. Okay, that was another one. The National Research Lab for Infrastructure. There you go. Locks and dams. 52 and 53 on the Ohio River. I-95 critical highway repairs on North Carolina. Have they gotten any repairs? Don't think so. Up where?
Locks and dams 52 and 53 on the Ohio.
Yeah. Remember this country before the railroads? There were the canals. We had a lot of canals.
And the riverboat.
And the riverboats. Yeah.
Mississippi River.
And the Mississippi. Yeah, the mighty Mississippi. Next gen air traffic control system. How's that going so far? I'm pretty sure. I guarantee you, they're still using these monitors at ATC. How much you want to bet they're still using this? And when they turn it on, it goes doo 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 doo. It's still Windows XP. How much you want to bet? Oh man, let's see. Plains and Eastern Electric transmission lines. Remember, guys, our electric grid dates to 1975. The Department of Energy says that we will be having 100-fold increase. That's not me. Hold on, wait. Department of Energy. That's Department of Education. That's the wrong DOE. I'm not going to get into the origins of the Department of Education. Because that's for another time. I know we're all not a fan of the Department of Education for a number of reasons. But let me see. 100.
Hardly has anything to do with this subject.
Increase in blackouts. Let me see. Because it's not me saying it. It's the Department of Energy. All right, here we are. Here we go. Yep. Okay, verifying the device. Okay. Yes, I'm not a robot. Thank you. Okay, here we are. There you go. DOE warns of 100-fold increase in blackouts by 2030. Hey, it's gonna be like Cuba, man. It's gonna be like Cuba here in the United States, man. You're gonna have octopus to your eyeballs. You're gonna have a blackouts like Cuba, man. It's gonna be like Cuba. Goodness gracious! Look, they're already looking. You see. Look over here. You see it's blacked out over here. That's gonna be Florida. That's gonna be Florida. Okay, and Boomer Billy and Boomer Barbara are not gonna have a good time when their Tampa home, their $1.5 million ranch Tampa home in Florida goes. That's the last thing they're gonna hear, and the oxygen machine goes.
But
anyway,
they have backup generators?
Okay, wait. Here we go. It's gonna be like Cuba. There we go. This by the way, guys, this is cologne. This is cologne. It's not an actual cigar. There you go. Blackouts by 2030, 100-fold. That's Department of Education last year. There you go. That's the report. Look, guys, these reports are something done. It's like the same thing with California high-speed rail. They already did an audit. They did an audit back in 2018. They found billions of dollars. Wait, how much? Wait, $666 million. Remember that? The $666 million. Never forget the $666 million wasted on the RDP consultants. Hold on. Wait. Let's bring that up again. I love bringing that up again. Hold on. California high-speed rail. Hold on. Audit 2018. Okay, I just love bringing this back up again. I know, and I know there's itching in the audience. I can hear the itching in the audience. Here we go. Here you are. They do all these reports. Look, we spend a whole lot of money on reports. At least they can do that. Hold on. Let's put six. There you go. I'm not gonna put in the whole number, guys. I've already gotten enough. Here we are. Look at that. We also identified significant concerns with the authorities' collection and evaluation of deliverables for its $666 million RDP consulting contract, which includes a task in 30 subject areas. Wait. And they didn't do anything. The authority was missing formal acceptance notices for 70 of 80 deliverables and did not have 145 of 184 deliverables that the RDP consultants had. Darius, if you did that at work, if they told you to flip 184 burgers, and you didn't flip 145, what would they do?
Write me up.
Just write you up?
First time they probably write me up.
Oh,
and then,
they just write you up?
and then they probably kick me out.
Yeah. But they got these consultants got away, guys. We're in the wrong business.
666. What a strange.
We should have been
number.
the American Rail Consultants, not the American Rail Club. Guys, we got to change our name. You're gonna be rich. You're gonna get. We don't even need 666. There's just $1 million for me, $1 million for you, $1 million for David Mitchell, $1 million for Minor Tree, $1 million for Adam, $1 million for Mohammed Qureshi, $1 million for A2R Gaming, $1 million for Brian Rock Rail Fan, Adam Becerra, Heartless Fiend. Hey, we're still under like 20 million here. I mean, we'll give $1 million guys to everybody here watching. That's what we're gonna do, and we'll still be less than what the authority has stolen. It's stolen money,
And fraud.
and there you are, it's fraud. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, the Leering centers, but
Nick Shirley has.
but come on, I know, but come on, that's the tip of the iceberg. Really, look at that. Retirements plus load growth increase risk of, and that's what I told you. You think I was joking when I said that Boomer Billy and Boomer Barbara are going to be choking in their homes, their $1.5 million ranch homes in Tampa,
But won't
Florida.
won't they have backup generators?
No, I'm not kidding. The retirement of firm power. I mean, when they mean retirement, they mean the retirement of old power stations, because they're going out of control. But again, you have a lot of people now at home, because you have what the boomer generation is how many people? 70 million, 77 million people in the boomer generation. The retirement of firm power capacity is exacerbating the resource adequacy problem. 104 gigawatts of firm capacity is set to retirement by 2030. This capacity is not being replaced on a one-to-one basis, and losing this generation could lead to significant outages when weather conditions do not accommodate wind and solar generation. In the plant closure scenarios of this analysis, annual loss loads hours increase by a factor of 100. And I want to show you guys something. This is from a dear friend of mine. I'm going to make sure that his name is not in here. He lives in Florida, and his let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. All right, I'm making sure that. Here we are. All right, let's make sure we get that on screen. There we are. All right, so there we go. Look at this. Now, I know this guy, and he kind of lives. Let's put it this way. He kind of lives like a vampire. He makes sure all the lights are off everywhere. Don't name any names. You know this guy too. He turns the lights off everywhere. If you're not using in the room, he makes sure everything is on an Excel sheet of how much usage, of how much the grocery bill is. Okay, and his family is a family of 4. It's not, again, everybody in this house using very little energy. And he is paying for a family of 4 in South Florida $440. $440. Now, I complained about electricity prices too, but my electricity costs over here, even when I was paying like full on back in Columbus, was never anywhere close to $440. How much are you guys paying for electricity?
It actually dropped for the past year and a half.
Past year and a half to what, like $5,000
to $150 a month.
Oh, $150 a month. How do you get $150 a month?
FP&L.
FP&L? Okay, well, I don't know how they're doing that. So person who I mentioned, something's going on with their. You sure $150 a month? You don't even pay the
250.
250 a month. Now we're going up to 250. Okay.
About for 3 years ago, it was up to like almost 600. Now it's like
$600.
But now it's 250.
Okay, well they overcharge you. I don't know. They're yeah. But guys, this is the and then you wonder, and then you wonder. Luigi, no! Oh, you're not hearing it, Darius? No. Here, I'll put on the here. You can hear it. One more time. Here we go. So Darius can hear it. Luigi, no! Okay, but yeah, guys. Look, this is again. They want, if they wanted to win New York, this was the type of stuff they would have done. Okay, build stuff. Have people employed, especially young men who are now the most either underemployed or unemployed. They're giving up. which is, again, your most productive generation, your most productive, well, let's put it this way, your most productive workers and laborers.
And you know who's seeing this?
Young men.
And you know who's seeing this?
What?
Not the American dream not becoming reality. You know who's watching this with glee?
Who's watching this with glee?
Our adversaries.
Or do you mean, hold on, wait, or do you mean,
Except
That could
for a
be
certain
one.
group of
Look at
people.
Jonathan Pollard.
yeah, Jonathan Paul. Yeah, that's, oh man, but look at this.
But
Hold
what
on.
happened when Dodge took out thousands of jobs?
I know. We'll talk about the auto industry if you guys want to bring it up. Okay, I'm done. Well, okay, let's talk about one last thing. 250 and soccer, which by the way, folks, hold on. Let's make sure we have a final call over here. Full time. It was the whole entire game for after 1,000 hours. It has been a tie of 1-1 between Japan and Tunisia. I'm sorry, Sweden. So there we go. Yeah. So Sweden will be joining Tunisia and going back home. They will have no air conditioning wherever they're going. So but goodbye Sweden. Goodbye. Congratulations to Japan. I don't know. I don't think they're not going to win, but I mean it's just like the same thing with the United States. They're not going to win. It's going to be either Argentina or Spain or Africa. I mean France. So it'll be one of those countries probably. If anything, we'll probably. Oh, there we go. Whoopsie. There we go. Alrighty. I thought we agreed to never talk about the train wall. I know, A2R. That has been. Oh man, hold on. Where's my sad violin? Hold on. Do I have a sad violin? I have too many.
Demetrius is halfway.
It's halfway to Christmas.
Yeah. So
Why are you whispering that it's halfway to Christmas?
June 25th.
It's in what's the day from Taxi Driver that everybody talks about? I forget which day that is. Hold on. I don't have a sad violin. Sorry, folks. Wait. What? Do I have a sad violin?
No, but you have something better.
Okay, because it's Christmas. Okay.
Halfway.
Okay, because it's halfway to Christmas for Darius' sake. For the 600 in remembrance of the $666 million that the consultants stole from the California High-Speed Rail Authority, we will play.
The avarice never ends.
There we go. All right, you got that one?
Yep.
All righty. Okay.
Happy
good.
Leon.
Happy halfway to Christmas, guys. Half Christmas, but yeah.
From Christmas.
Look at Cotton Belt Rail Project. Yeah, unbelievable. This. Oh man, this administration fumbled, man. Trump fumbled so much. Guys, look, guys, when you look at this down here, and I'm sorry, A2R game about bringing up the Trump, the wall train. It's so sad. It's so sad.
It's embarrassing.
No way the border wall can support HSR unless it is made to support heavy trains. Well, yeah, that was the whole thing. It's like look at that. You see, well then again, they kind of have that upside down. And I know why they have that. But
are you sure it's just a gimmick? The rail on the border wall.
The thought counts. Doesn't the thought count? I think the thought counts. But yeah.
It's still an impractical gimmick.
I mean, speaking of trains, so speaking of we'll talk about the Europeans now and all the foreigners that are coming into our country now, which is funny. Hold on, get out of here, freaking Google. Guess how the foreigners are getting around. I swear, if Google puts up one more thing on my phone, and Android is starting to become untenable now too. Guess how the foreigners are getting around the United States. You want to guess? Is that your phone?
Believe it or not.
Is that your phone? Oh goodness gracious! This is the last time you're coming on a show, man. You bring in all the how do you stop this? How do you stop?
Should have muted it.
Yeah, you should have muted it. Okay, can't they text? Here you go. Send a text. Goodness gracious. Anyway. Here's how the Europeans are getting around the country here. Since we're embarrassing and we don't have any trains that actually run anywhere. This is how they're getting around cross country. I kid you not. There you go. That's how they're getting around. They're coach buses. They're the high speed coach buses, so they can feel every bump and nook and cranny of our glorious highway system. Alrighty, guys. But anyway, okay.
But they're still amazed at our Walmarts and.
All right. They are. I mean, come on, Walmart. Really? That's what they're amazed about?
No, they don't have big box stores there like we do.
It's not worth it. I'm telling you guys, it's not worth it. I mean, enjoy it now. Look, Europeans, enjoy it now. Enjoy it now. Gain 15 pounds, 20 pounds to take back home or whatever. It's kind of like the opposite effect. Back in college, there's this thing called the JET program, the Japanese English Teaching Exchange Program. And what was always funny was that the weebs that went into that program, they would either be completely overweight, they had weird colored hair, they had piercings. And then within like a couple of months, you see pictures of them. They've lost their weight, the hair dye is gone, the piercings are gone, and it looked normal again. There's a reverse effect of that here in the United States. I don't know what it is, but it's driving people crazy. Alrighty, guys, let's bring everybody on board. And then whatever articles, whatever you guys want to bring, let's talk about it. Here we go.
I'm the one.
Hey,
Hi,
I'm
everybody.
go on mute because I'm about to get into my Uber, so I will see you in 20 minutes.
Alrighty, 20 minutes, David. You're alright. Yeah, have fun.
All right, so I'm going on mute right now.
Alrighty, stay safe. Stay safe. Alright, let's put this on speakers here. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear. Alright. There you go. Alright, anybody speak?
Yeah, and you're still on mute on the Discord side though.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Alrighty,
Okay.
hold on. Alrighty, hold on. Wait 1 second here. Let me see if I can make sure I get the, where is... So Darius can be able to hear, unless... Hold on. Let me see. Voice and video settings. Here we go. Okay.
Hey,
speaker.
Dimitri, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Loud
right,
and clear. I
can
thought you were in the Uber.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we're in the Uber. I was just checking because sometimes we go through spotty spots on here,
What happened to 20 minutes?
I understand.
Well, I'm not home yet. I was just making sure just in case because I'm using my wife's hotspot.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't waste her hotspot usage though, and her her gigs. I wouldn't waste it for that. I'd wait till you get home so you wouldn't be spotty.
We can wait till you get home.
Yeah, but I got some good stuff to talk about today with y'all.
Alrighty, hold on. Let me make sure we can hear it on speaker. Okay, hold on. Somebody speak. All right, there we go. Okay.
Now for me and you to hear.
Now we can both hear it. Okay.
Alright, Dimitri, look at what I just sent y'all in the Discord.
All right.
They're funny right here.
Hold on a second, guys. Here, hold on. Let me make sure that the speakers. Let me move this a little bit away from those speakers so we can all hear and it's not picking up any feedback. Okay. All right.
Alright, do you see what I just sent you?
Alrighty, hold on. Let me check.
Yes,
All right,
I
guys,
saw it.
you can hear it, right?
Yeah, I could hear it.
Okay, good. All right. Let's see. Okay, nuke the whales. Oh man.
It's super funny.
Where did you find this at? Where?
Found it on a Facebook group. Found it on a
man.
Facebook group that nuke the whales.
All right.
But also, I do got one of my article with Minor Tree. You already posted it before I even had a chance to post it. So
Darius.
it about the
Wait. Oh.
Oh wait, we have a poll. You have a poll for Darius. Hold on, I haven't voted. In democracy, I get a vote. Or Darius, do you want to vote? No, you don't get a
Everybody
vote.
gets
Okay, hold on. Oh, it's time to go. Bye bye. It's time to go. You're gonna go on the. You're going on the border train back
No,
up.
I know one place to go to.
No, you got one place to go to. Where you going to? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Hey. You're going here, so you can call it football. There you go. That's where you're going. Alrighty.
All right, the article I have is talking about the Rock Island taking over a railroad in California.
Alrighty.
Which, that's surprising.
Okay, here we are. Alrighty. Yeah, so we'll do this. We'll do again one article at a time. Then we'll go to Minor Tree, who has an announcement, and then we'll go to Adam. And if anybody else wants to come in and join in on Discord, feel free to. Alrighty, so Rock Island to take over operation of rail line in Watsonville, California. Here we go. Company will serve 2.6 miles of track, owned by the Santa Cruz County Regional Transportation Commission. Which was probably sitting on it. So there you go. Shortline Company, Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific will take over as contract operator. Let's see. Based in Gulfport, Mississippi, will operate on trackage in the Watsonville area, owned by the Santa Cruz County Regional Transportation Commission, which plans to eventually develop a 22-mile passenger rail service between Santa Cruz and Pajaro, California. Hey, that's pretty cool. Rock Island will replace Progressive Rail as the operator, a move expected to take place by July 23rd. Wait, don't they manufacture rail? This was the GE company. What happened? Wait, now they're an operator? That's interesting. Is this the same Progressive Rail that we're talking about?
Yep.
Interesting.
Same
FCC,
railroad.
RTC and Progressive have reached an agreement to end their contract in May, according to the paywalled Santa Cruz Sentinel article. Okay, I mean, we can get past that article, but anyway, alrighty. Anyway, okay. That's interesting.
It's crazy that a railroad that became a fallen flag in the 1970 and 80 rebirthed into a short line railroad and now buying another short line railroad. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it's funny. And that's going to be, again,
It's almost as if you become successful, you can expand.
Also, here our second meme, and this is a fun one.
All right, here we go. Let's see what memes we got here. Ohio train. Oh wait, guys, you remember this? This is from the Top Gear episode. Remember where they get the scum class? I remember that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
And serving pizza and serving food on the train.
Yeah, it's like
serving it there. On a camper train, on a caravan.
I think we all saw that.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's hilarious. Yeah, that would be something that you would see in Ohio, though. I mean, goodness, man, that state. I mean, there's like Cincinnati's really nice, but like outside of Cincinnati, the whole kind of the rest of the state's kind of weird. Okay, I survived extinction, then got hit by a car. Get well soon. I mean, only in America, guys. Only in America. It can be any of these Europeans or Japanese can end up like that poor dinosaur right here.
Well, he better call Saul then.
Better call Saul. There you go. Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Let me see if we can find it. Hold on. Come on.
Oh, by the way, I want to ask, what do everybody think about What do everybody think of Metro 250 unit?
Metro 250 unit. Hold on a second. Let me see.
It's good looking. It's a good looking one.
Is this what Brightline has to have now to ward off to ward off any
Yeah. Well, Metro finally came out with their 250 unit, and they looked good. It looked good.
All right, let's see if we can find it here. Hold on.
I'm pulling them up right now.
Is that
it? Europeans hate them.
I sent them in the live chat. Chat.
Okay,
here they are.
I'm looking.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, did you just send it now? Okay. Oh, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice paint job.
It could have been. It looked even better. 1776 20.
It probably has 1776 on the other side. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing. It's got 2026. It's got to have 1776 somewhere. There you go. Actually, yeah, it would have made sense to have 1776 over here in 2026, but it's for identification. They have to have this lit up. So I mean, yeah.
But I'm also saying I'm waiting for the Alaska Railroad to do their 250th.
Oh, so before we do this, are we waiting? Are we just waiting for Alaska? Is that the thing here?
Well, they've got a few days
I'm waiting
left.
for the.
Okay.
Technically, they got about 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks left.
Well, we
got
that's close enough.
Week and a half. But
Okay.
after that, I think we should start doing a tier list. You know?
Yeah. Alrighty. Speaking of hold on. Speaking of input, Minor Tree. You have something something that you're running over here.
Yes. After the last few years of interesting political and just interesting ideas that been talked about either in the general conversations or in different groups, I just decided to work with Demetrius, and we've made the Great Idea debates. And you can pull it up on the screen, where once a week we're going to be putting out one question a week and then ask people to give their honest response and do it as in the best good faith manner as possible. And as I've already put in the main thing, there are no right answers, only basically trade-offs you're willing to live with and argue on behalf of your position. And it can be anything. Demetrius and I have already decided what's going to be the question for next week, but the week after, for the first of every month, we're going to be having a community question, which different community people can put in what they would want to have as that week's question. And then we're going to have a vote on it. And whoever question gets put up there, they can provide their 2 cents on it as well. And right now, if you're wanting a certain question to be asked, please send them in so we can consider putting it up for the community vote, not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this, guys, is this gives us a little bit more structure to probably our live streams, as well as the videos that I keep talking about that never come along. But no, this is actually a really good thing to be doing. So, and this also helps for us to all get more involved and to see what direction we should be going to, and just to get more opinions out there, and to really just dial down like what are the facts and what are some good ideas that we really need to start getting behind and pushing. So this really helps out the debate. It really helps to also hone your own skills too, and you can learn from it. So guys, do get involved if you are part of the Discord. Which, hold on, let me get a link over here for the Discord for everybody to join in again. Again, link will be in the comments and in the description. But yeah, please join us on here.
Yes, but also, as you're going to read in the main lines, if you give a suggestion that the community then picks, you are going to be required to at least answer that week's question.
Yeah. So
if you're not willing to participate, please don't give in a question.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to participate, more help would be appreciative. And anyone who does give their 2 cents, they can actually then willingly respond to other people's entries as well.
Yeah. So join on
it's
in,
not,
guys.
Oh, somebody gives their 2 cents and then everyone dogpiles him because they don't like the way he answered. No, you have to give your response to the question before you can respond to others.
Yeah. So
and
there's
it's
a give
the
and
best
take
way
with this.
to act in good faith.
Yeah. So there's a give and take. But definitely join on in and join in on the fun. And look, we're making this. So again, it's a club. We love your opinions. We love to talk about this and chatter. Is what makes us who we are. Alrighty. Minor Tree.
And Demetrius has also agreed to next week's question. And should we tell him or should we save it for Sunday?
We'll save it for Sunday. But yeah, we're trying to keep it. Yeah. Well, at least right now the question is for the week 1 debate is, how should all future rail projects be handled from next presidential election going forward? Private only, public-private partnership, local government only, state government only, national government only. And again, this is not it's not a multiple choice. You can debate in and talk about it, a mixture of whatever sort of answers that you feel like it. This is stuff that is going to shape how we are as a club, how we think, and how we actually may be able to do stuff in this country. That's what we're here for.
Speaking of public-private partnerships, I remember you sometimes would show that video of the Fox, the Florida Overland Express that how that suggestion was basically going to be a public-private partnership.
Yep, completely remember that. Yeah.
It never happened.
Yeah, and it's sad
when they're all turning out to be pipe dreams.
I mean, at least Brightline is
a pipe dream after pipe dream.
Oh, and the thing is that
no, it's across this country.
Well, across the country, yeah, but I mean, like Brightline is the only one that has actually really materialized. And again, they had more or less the stars align on this because they already had the right of way, and in a sense, it was and it still is a public-private partnership. And it seems to going to be even more of a public partnership because the state county is going to have to get involved with helping with the funding. They do have public activity bonds. And yeah, you know what? Who cares? You know, our taxpayer money gets stolen in so many different ways. Okay? At least can it be used?
Ask Nick Shirley how it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, can at least our taxpayer money be used to actually build stuff for our generation and for our progeny and for future generations in this country to be able to have? That'd be nice. I mean, wouldn't you think so?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, look, I used to be more
for an infrastructure system that actually works for the common people like us.
Yeah. I used to be on the libertarian train a long time ago, but at this point, it's like you see it happen, and then you see these private interests, like we talked about last week, get involved. Like Bob Crandall from the American Airlines. And from a whole bunch
lobbyists.
a whole bunch of other lobbyists. The synagogue president that owned the country club or whatever. I mean, it's like the same people all the time, and it's the same thing happening over and over again. Or Southwest Airlines down in Texas, doing what they did in the 1980s to kill the TGV. Or what GM did with Firestone and a conspiracy of other companies to go ahead and destroy the streetcars. It's the same thing. It's like you cannot play, if we're playing a rigged game, it is not a free market. It is a free market, meaning by free if you have
the top
the power.
Of the top.
Yeah.
Those who have the top can control the rest.
Yeah, if you're Walmart, you are free to give yourself nuclear power, but the rest of everybody else, no, too bad. You're paying more. So yeah,
it's
free
more
market.
cronyism, if anything.
Yeah. So there needs to be some rebalancing. The meta needs to be rebalanced. There needs to be some changes.
But let's make sure that this rightful raise doesn't carefully go to all the way to the other side, because then that will end up in socialism.
Everything in balance. Everything in balance. I mean, and that's what's happening in York. That's what happened because you didn't rein it in, so people are gonna get upset and they're gonna whatever demagogue, you can call it demagoguery or whatever else. Sorry, this is we have the power, or supposedly, right? Or the GOP is in power, which I don't even call it we anymore. I haven't called it we in like 8 years or whatever. It's like what we? You're doing everything that we told you not to do, and you keep doing it. I mean, the only cool thing from the Trump administration has been UFC 250. That's about it, right?
Mm-hmm. And they still done better on the border than other presidents. But although not as far.
Not as far. Okay, 20. We got 20 people this week. Whoa, okay, wow, big numbers, guy, big numbers.
And nobody's crossed the border. Nobody's crossed the border the past year.
Well, and then they're gonna figure out, it's like, wait a second, we can cross. No, Darius, they've been letting go people. They've been having the most amount of it's not like what they say on Fox News. Unfortunately, that's just, the reality is not that. But I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, alrighty. Adam, what's up?
What's up? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, guys?
I'm good.
Yep.
David, are you there? Oh, hold on.
Somebody's talking?
Okay, David, you're cracking in and out. Let's let Adam have let Adam have the floor for a little bit.
Okay, so I think maybe the last time I told you guys I was going to Scene Town. I actually went to Scene Town.
Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me see which article.
Yeah, the news crew was there in town in Scranton, so
I was not
sure if I'm gonna be on the site or on the team or live and something, but I was there and I saw them.
Here we are. Let's bring that up.
I'm saying I think it's WWMP or something, but one of the main news stations, Scranton, I think. There was also a car show that day too, so it's not just a train show.
Oh, that's cool.
And also, I did post something about the Illinois Transit Authority Act, and they're trying to put together like a plan to basically transform how Chicago Transit actually runs.
Okay. Let's see that. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Adam. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So, and I'm missing it this year. I'm missing the big boy this year. If this was the year, I will say this, like 250 has kind of been, I wouldn't say a dud, but there's not as much, at least from what I'm hearing, not as much excitement as there was for 1976 and the bicentennial. But I mean, look, like the coolest thing out of 250 has been, I mean, the soccer. Okay, I mean, it just happens to coincide with America 250, so that's definitely one. The UFC fight probably at number two.
No,
I say this, let's put, okay, we'll put the soccer at number two. I guess that matters more for more people. The UFC was kind of a one night thing, and it was fun for then. And then number one for us is the big boy. Big boy is number one.
It was one of the savers.
Alrighty. Here we go. Alrighty. Advocate says Northern Illinois Transit Authority Act now in effect will improve transit around the Chicago area. So there we go. Goes into effect Monday. Legislation replaces the Regional Transportation Authority, which oversees the Chicago Transit Authority, Metra, and pays suburban buses with a new organization called the Northern Illinois Transit Authority. As explained last year when the act was introduced, NITA. Is that what they're calling it?
I think so.
Okay, I was gonna play the Trump. NITA would be charged with creating a universal fare system and handling all long-term infrastructure projects for the CTA, Metra, and PACE. The bill would also create a dedicated transit police force. Okay, that's interesting. This organization would bring board leadership, service planning, policy making all under one roof. I was gonna say this is what it seems to be doing.
I'd say it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like how Munich Transit runs.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So I mean, having it under,
it's not a state one.
Yeah, having it under one larger authority. Now, again, we could. This would make sense. It's just a matter of who are the people behind the tools, and if it's your typical people from Chicago, then it may.
All right, everyone, I just got home.
All right, David just got home, everybody. But yeah, I mean, look, if it works out, and they got the right people in charge, I mean, okay.
You jumped in.
Oh, hold on, David. Hold on. We're doing an article right now, and then we'll get to you. All right. The act brings transformative investment into the transit system. We're going to start to seeing a new $1.2 billion annual investment operations of our transit, $180 million in capital investments. I wonder over what period of time, probably the next 5-10 years, but yeah, I mean, if this works, yeah, I mean, it can't be worse than what it is right now. At least the good thing, well, I don't want to jinx anything, but it's like where we're at in this country is like, well, at least it can't get any worse than this, right? So
at least we'll be under one roof, and it will not be under the state of Illinois.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Which, I mean, at this point, look, the state of Illinois is basically Chicago. I mean, 70% of people who live, 70% of Illinois is the Chicagoland area. So, I mean, look, if it's under a more focused authority, which they have in charge of not just Metro, but also the law enforcement, which is a big thing. I mean, especially when you had, was it last year, Darius, where that woman got burnt alive on the L? Yeah, I think that's where it was. Yeah. I mean, she survived somehow, but I mean, she's scarred forever. That's
basically.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure mental trauma too. I mean, being burnt alive is pretty terrible. Let's just say the least.
Not to say the physical aspects of that too.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, what's funny now is that if you see like videos, of, like especially in LA, which I was surprised when I went to LA 2 years ago. I think it was almost 2 years ago now. They had so much security all over the place. Like they wanted to make sure that whatever bad news was happening everywhere else was not happening in LA. I'll give them that. I will give LA that and California that for all the failures of California. I mean, they had security on their metro systems. And they had raw milk at the grocery stores. Can you believe that?
Can't believe those.
Yeah.
Can't believe those.
I mean, it's
foods.
kind of funny. It's like raw milk is banned everywhere else. But California, they just have it. Yeah, we just have it at the grocery store. You want to buy raw milk? Go ahead. It was like here in Indiana, it's like kind of like going to like a drug deal. You got to go to the farmer that's got the truck over like the parking lot somewhere, and like you're passing around money and just like making sure it's like it's legal. I mean, like it's just like it's silly stuff. I mean, California's kind of weird like that, but I mean. You gotta love some aspects of it. I will say they had the security. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the rest of the country, especially probably MTA, and I'm pretty sure New York will be really packed with security come the final for the World Cup.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Oh yeah.
All right. Speaking of that, look at the memes I sent in the chat.
All
They're
right.
funny.
David inundated us with memes, so we will view David's memes. Here we go.
One's really cursed,
let's
so
see.
we don't talk about that one.
Oh man. Looks like
Wait,
they
I
got away
think
with it. Yeah.
I even see mine tree.
All right. What? This is cursed. That is absolutely cursed. Pennsylvania State Police fit Big Boy 4014 to deter traffic. Hold on, I missed half the meme. Traffic violations. There you go. Oh, Georgia State Patrol. The GSP, that GSP train. Put that in Florida. It will kill everybody on the line. You think Brightline is going to kill people? Put GSP on a train, on the FEC. It will. Are you familiar with the infamous Georgia State Patrol?
I never knew. Is that real or is that Photoshop?
No, that's obviously Photoshop.
No, it has to be AI.
Or AI at this point. It's CGI. It's still a computer generated image of some sort. But anyway, are you familiar with Georgia State Patrol?
I think there's a weird looking one that hacks actual weird.
Yeah, for a particular tactic that I don't really remember.
The pit maneuver.
Yeah, one for one.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine. Okay. Remember Need for Speed Most Wanted? Probably the best Need for Speed game of all time. Okay. They're the police in real life of Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's basically in one sentence what the Georgia State Patrol is. They're the real life Need for Speed Most Wanted police. Okay,
that will go after.
Oh yeah,
Even if it causes somebody to
That's here. Hold on. Wait, whatever minus we put here.
Of utter innocent lives.
It's just a train beating up a helpless old man.
That's what Brightline needs to
trains
get
cause
people
so
off
many
the tracks.
injuries and
That's what
deaths.
we need. Oh man.
The me for you. This is the one thing I do want to bring up, and I did call to action for it 2 days ago. Did any of y'all see the post I posted in the? It's in a call to action.
All right, call to action. Where's the call to action? All right, guys, and at 10 o'clock we got a hard stop at 10 o'clock. Okay, guys.
All right.
All right. This was about 2 days ago. Let me scroll up because
something to
it was
real
something
quick because I'm starting to fall asleep.
Starting to fall asleep here. You want some sugar? There you go.
No, another one of those.
No, just get yourself a LaCroix or something like that.
Okay.
Oh wait, I also sent it to Genesis too. So
The Miami-Dade.
All right, hold on. Wait.
Genesis should have it. Give me a minute because boy, this was a call to action I did, and.
No worries, David. While you're looking for that, let's have Star Force on. Star Force.
Found it.
All right.
Found it.
Hold on. Oh, I know it's gonna be good. Hold on. Let's see. Star Force hasn't spoken that much today. So Star Force, anything here you want to share?
Yeah. One of the things that Nita is aiming to do with basically what they're trying to do is better integrate the 3 different transit divisions that Chicago has: the CTA legacy system, the Metro commuter trains, and the base buses. And one of the things that seems more promising is the integration of the timetables between the pace bus, especially between the pace bus and the Metra, because I can't even tell you how many times like I've had to like I got off like when I'm taking a bus and a train from one place to another. I can't imagine how I can't tell you how many times I've been frustrated with the schedules. Like the departures are like the transfer times can be like up to an hour long in a lot of occasions, just because there's not a lot of bus service, especially out in the suburbs.
Yeah,
that coordinate with metro service. There are some that do, but if it's like a big fixed route bus system, not really. And I feel like connections are something that are one of the things that I really hope NITA can actually work on doing.
Yeah, that's terrible, and honestly, that's something that can be very well coordinated, especially with. I mean, there were apps for this. Years ago, I remember Miami-Dade Transit. It was actually like an FIU student that made this. Not that Miami-Dade Transit really took it to heart, but like if you were on, let's say, a train like a tri-rail train, and then you had to go ahead and transfer on to a Miami-Dade bus system. Well, I mean, half the time, I don't know how many times I was left stranded because, and then I had to either walk to work or take an Uber, depending on if I really wanted to walk 2 miles that day. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's very silly that this sort of stuff isn't already baked in there. So hopefully, yeah, NITA can be able to do more collaboration and coordination to make sure that people don't get stuck when they're transferring between different systems, especially in the same city. I mean, it's ridiculous. That should be a given.
And when there's too many transfers.
Yeah.
And when public transportation is not too reliable.
Your city is bad in overall state.
All right. David, you're right home?
Yeah, I've been home for about 10 minutes now.
All right. Thank you for that, Star Force. Appreciate the article and the your experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to add to that, one more thing.
Sure.
If you're going to expand transit, I feel like one of the most essential things to do is improve your bus system.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely one of the top things.
Yeah.
Start with the buses before you move on to the trains, because that's gonna be your door-to-door service.
Yeah, it makes sense, and it's what we got here in the United States. Like, look, I get it. We're a train club. We love trains, but I mean, we got now in most places are buses, and until the trains can start reaching those places as they used to and as they can, the bus systems are something that can be easily improved upon. So yeah, agreed. Makes perfect sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, David. You've been itching to get on. Go ahead.
Right, here to post, it was talking about the Mountain Division, and I would call it a call for action, because they had an inquiry, and I'm not sure if it already done with, but they were having an inquiry talking about a vote to either turn the railroad into a trail or keep the rails in.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're gonna bring it up here. All right.
Inactive mountain.
Okay, so the Freiburg, Hiram, is it Hiram or Hiram? Depending on how it's pronounced. All right, Mountain Division Trail, preliminary design to convert 10 miles of the inactive Mountain Division rail corridor into an interim off-road shared use path. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you for viewing this public. Okay, so this was they had a public meeting. And then David, you said you were opining on this meeting, or or is this a call to action? You're saying for anybody in this area?
Yeah, and I had a template with the template played right below it, right above the link, and it say, "I am not in favor of removing the Mountain Division rail line for a bike path."
All right, not in favor of the removal
and
of the
all
mountain. If you want to go ahead and read it out loud.
The Cast Scenic kind of had a little typo because it had expressed interest in using the tracks for freight service, so the line should be kept in. Part. They are able to prove, but it was talking about restoring a line, and at the end it said, if that case, do not build it at all, if they want to remove the tracks.
Okay, no, that makes perfect sense. And look, I mean, first, the problem with these rail trails, and I have seen the destruction that these rail trails do. I cross at least 2 of them every day. The old nickel plate railroad, which is now the nickel plate trail, and the Monon Railroad has been turned into the Monon Trail. Both in very high dense areas within Indianapolis and central Indiana that should and could be transporting hundreds of thousands of people a week. But now they have just become little trails for crime and for some silly yuppie sissies to go on their bikes back and forth. A couple of dozen people, every hour or so. So we basically taken, something that can be used for high capacity travel to get people to work instead of being stuck in ridiculous traffic. Yeah, that's what we're doing it for. It's for some leisure BS, little bike trail so they can go in on bikes. It's the funny thing is that I've been looking like at e-bikes and stuff like that. And what's funny is like all these e-bike takeovers that are happening in a whole bunch of places where a whole bunch of kids go in. And then all the boomers are screaming, "Oh, the kids are on the bike! You know what? Too bad. Too bad. You wanted to build roads all over the place. The kids don't have a place to go, so let them be all over the place. Let them take over the roads. Good.
Yeah, I know one instance of where some boomer Readerville that complained. One after,
but Demetrius,
at a time right after a 12-year-old on an e-bike killed a elderly woman on a regular bicycle.
Wait, on a regular bicycle? Wait, so what did it have to do with
Key Biscayne?
Goodness, okay.
Despite the Florida law, despite Florida law treating bicycles e-bikes as regular bicycles, Key Biscayne decided to ban all e-bikes.
Okay, so wait a second. So, okay, you said that some kid ran over an old woman in Key Biscayne and killed her on a bicycle?
Yeah.
How old was this woman? What, 114?
She was on a regular bike, and it was probably a T-bone, and the e-bike was going like pretty fast.
Okay. Now you're explaining it. Okay, so she was on a bike. Yeah. The kid was on e-bike, and they crashed. And she wearing a helmet?
I don't know.
That could explain it. I mean, at that point, if she wasn't wearing a helmet, isn't there Florida law that says you're supposed to wear a helmet? If she was, it's not the bike's fault, though. It happened. Look, I mean, it's kind of crazy that they would go to the. That's funny. I mean, it really is. Like, they're doing all these rail trails, and then people say, "Well, I want to be able to ride a bike that's a little bit faster since you refuse to build infrastructure to get me from point A to point B. I want a bike that's faster, and I'm going to use your infrastructure." And then they get upset when people are using that infrastructure in a way that they don't want it, they didn't envision it because it's uncomfortable to them. And I say, honestly, we need to be more uncomfortable. We need to say more uncomfortable things.
Dimitri, can I tell you why?
Go ahead.
It's big automotive. I'm going to tell you that. It's big automotive. They don't want people to have options to get around. Ever since people started using electric bikes, I've been hearing car dealerships complain about this, saying, man, if we can get them to ban electric bikes or make it way stricter on age and stuff. The reality is, it's not to protect the people, it's to get people to buy cars.
Okay,
look,
guys,
they want to make everything.
Go ahead.
They want to make everything shitty on purpose. They want to make infrastructure shitty on purpose, but make it comfortable to drive a car just to get you to buy one.
It's on live stream.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So you know what? I am all for the e-bike takeovers. And it's not like as crazy as like the street takeovers where a whole bunch of Dodge Chargers and Challengers, we'll call them that, take over. It's not the same. It's people on bikes. It's kids mainly. Because they don't have any places to go. They don't. You've taken away all the third spaces. You've taken away any way for them to get to the city and have fun.
You're forgetting one major thing.
Here's the thing.
They want to turn the rails to trails so all the boomers can ride on that trail at least once every calendar year, and maybe halfway down it. and
Also,
not much more.
what I could also see happen in addition for the e-bikes, I feel like there's going to become a time where they're going to start considering, at least, I mean, I think it's inevitable that we're going to start seeing they're going to start requiring licenses for e-bikes.
Yeah, and at that point, I would say
mopeds.
don't refuse to get a license. No, it's a bicycle. Don't need a license. Sorry, nope, not doing it. At some point, you got to start putting the foot down.
But in Pennsylvania, there's not all parents are like, not all parents are getting railed up with Boomeritaville. There was a girl in Pennsylvania where all e-scooter use is banned.
Vel got something to say, by the way.
One or the other is banned.
Okay,
E-scooter
let's let Vel speak. Okay, go ahead.
I'm almost finished.
All right, go ahead.
She was using an e-bike, one of the e-scooter or e-bike, whatever mode that was banned.
New rules are coming to the roadway for e-bike riders.
I'm trying to pause it. Go ahead, finish.
And this teenager got killed. So her parents went with lawmakers in Pennsylvania, and they had a law named after her that would treat these electric vehicles as actual bicycles. Hold on. Let me look up that law.
All right, go ahead. Dude, chill. You can't just go ahead and just take it like that. Okay, go ahead. Use that keyboard. Go ahead. All righty. Go ahead, Val.
No, what you're talking about, Dimitri, is it's been a disease already ever since the Gen Xers, like the baby boomers. Okay, why? Okay, I understand there's also the cause that that all of this corporate greed is also another factor that
Abby's law. Abby's law.
All right. She's speaking. Go ahead.
There it is. Abby's law. All righty.
Abby's law.
It's called Abby's law. Yeah, in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
That would make e-scooters legal.
I mean the walkability. In order to have a scooter lane, you have to build a bike lane, right? But the car companies don't like it. Even infrastructure, landscaping companies don't do that. I don't know. Even construction companies don't like that. Because, hey, they said, oh, it's very tight on the cars. It's tight on traffic. It has nothing to do about that. In order for it to cut those collision incidents, they gotta keep on they gotta propose the bike lanes in each streets, especially those walkability. Am I right, David?
Mm-hmm. I've been seeing a lot of Surons in BurgerFi that have been getting faster.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like when you see this sort of stuff going on, and it's like you look at these like videos, like here's like Saronster on YouTube, and I've been looking at his videos for like years now. But like, look at that, they're down in they're taking over Beverly Hills, and they got like a whole bunch of bikes all over the place, and it's like, yeah, this is what happens when you have very car-centric infrastructure. There's no really good way to get, and the cops they're powerless because now they're getting more. And like it used to be like 1 or 2 people per like a ride out or something like that, and it's very easy for a cop to track somebody down like that. But if you're riding out with hundreds of people, I mean, look at this. Look at that. There's like hundreds of kids there, all riding out. Yeah, the cops are gonna be used. That's the thing. It's like how do you stop? How do you tell them to eat crap? You do this sort of stuff, and they can't enforce it. It's as simple as that. Non-compliance is a political statement in itself. Look at that. Goodness, look at how many kids. Yeah, so there you go. You want to protest the ugly asphalt culture that we have here in this country? Make a joke of it. Go out on e-bikes and take it over. Good. That's
a statement out of that.
That is the best way to do it. It's like you don't want to give the kids any way to get around anywhere. That's what they're gonna do.
All right.
That's what it. Okay.
I really want to see this in Key Biscayne.
Did you see? Wait. Did you see the kid?
I want to see this in Key Biscayne.
Did you see the kid kick the Karen SUV? Look at that.
I want to see kids. I want to see the kids doing that in Key Biscayne.
There we go. All righty. Yeah, there you go. You want your car infrastructure? That's what it's gonna end up.
And the Jackass movie poster just puts the cherry on top.
All right, hold on. Oh goodness, hold on. Wait. We gotta. There we go. There we go. Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot of that. Here we go. There we go. There you are. That's how you get your revenge on the there you go, on Margaritaville. There you go. A kid takes his vengeance upon Margaritaville. There you go.
And kicks a C8 Corvette.
The Germans have discovered Buc-ee's and Bass Pro. Oh, Bass Pro. There we go.
Bass Pro Shop. Okay, now I see it.
All right, yeah.
By the way, we got the Waffle House meme before we go. Waffle House meme.
Okay, Waffle House meme before we go. Waffle House shuts down 16 locations. Areas become too nice and crime-free. Oh, that's... Wait, hold on a second. Here
we wanted a dinner and a show at that place.
Yeah. The Japanese started cleaning up in the kitchen, too. So, I mean, now they can't... They can't have... Look, I used to like Waffle House a lot more, but, like, the last time I went there, my favorite meal went up to, like, twice the amount. I was like, okay, that's it. You know what? I'm done. That's... At this point, Waffle House...
You know, Bella had Waffle House last week.
Yep.
It used to be my weekly thing after church. I used to go to Waffle House every Sunday, but now it's become, like, way too expensive, so... Alrighty, guys, it is
10:01. It's time, and the train has stopped.
Alrighty, okay. Okay, there you go. Train is stopped at the station, guys. Alright, okay, you got it. Okay,
alright.
Okay, guys. Alright, thank you all for joining on board on this episode of the American Rail Club. We will see you all next time. Take care, and Godspeed.
Bye-bye.
And mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Have a good night.
Take care, everybody.
Train and the platform.